Hi, I'm Jamie, and this is my cute little family. And on this channel, we like to budget, go dumpster diving to save money, as well as share tips and tricks on how our family lives frugally. If this is something that you're interested, consider following us on our journey as we are one happy frugal family. Hi friends, this is Jamie from the channel One Happy Frugal Family, and today I'm going to go over my birthdays and holidays budgets for 2019 and just do a quick little recap of how I set up my budget in 2019 and probably go ahead and do a little 2020 intro and talk about a little bit of the changes that I'll make for 2020. I'll probably dedicate an entire video to my 2020 setup, but I just thought before I do my 2020 setup, I wanted to kind of show you guys how our 2019 birthday and holiday budget setup went. So this is what it looks like when I first open my document. I have my birthdays that we do throughout the year listed, and so this is a section for birthdays for people that we have birthdays for, and then this is the holidays section. So these are all of the holidays that we would spend money on, excluding Christmas. So all of the holidays that we spend money on, excluding Christmas. So I have birthdays at the top, holidays at the bottom. So right now, the way that the budget is set up is we have birthdays for our children. We do $50 each. And right now, our children, so this baby Willis, he just turned 2, and Edwin is having his 3rd birthday in March. So we determined that $50 is enough for us to spend on their Christmas, enough for us to spend on their birthday. And last year, the way I did their birthday spending is I actually bought all of their gifts after Christmas, and I got them on like 90% discount from Walgreens. So for baby Willis, because we won our Disney trip, we actually had it planned during his birthday month, and we celebrated his birthday at Disneyland, so I just got a bunch of Disney themed items to give him for his birthday, and that's where we spent our $50. And then I actually had enough money left over that I bought a ton of educational toys from the Dollar Tree that I used throughout the year in my educational box. So I really did the majority of his spending at Walgreens. When they had their toys at 90% off, I knew I was looking for Disney-themed toys that we would take with us to Disneyland, and we let him kind of open those there, and that was a really fun little first birthday on the cheap, especially because we won our trip to Disneyland, you guys. So, and then I got his toys clearance, so it was just a very, very fun, frugal birthday, but loaded with fun. The same thing for my son, Edwin. I bought all of his gifts, the majority of them at Walgreens, for his $50 amount. Or I did like the Christmas after toys deal. So a few from Walgreens or Walmart. I included cake and ice cream in here. Anyway, so that's kind of how his little budget ended up, and his was a little bit under budget at $49.34. For my birthday, I got a Bibbidi Bobbidi box for $45.99, some gardening stuff, James Taylor CD, and then my husband got me some various gifts with the remainder of the cash. My husband's birthday, I got him a pin from Zootopia, which is his favorite movie. I got him some cash. He loves having cash. And then some keychains that, like some survivalish keychains for $150. And then I also bought him some money with my own, bought him some gifts with my own personal money that didn't come from here. Then I always include a section for random gifts. And this is just like if I get invited to a baby shower, if somebody has a birthday, just that sort of thing. So we budgeted $55 for any sort of random giving that we might have come up, and we spent $39.54 out of that section. So we saved about $15 in there. And then for our parents, I just did for these, I did like the birthstone colors. So my dad had his birthday. We spent $35 on him. My father-in-law, we also spent about $35 on him. My mother-in-law, we spent $32.13. My stepmother-in-law, we spent about $5. And my mom, we spent $35. So we actually spent $143.12 out of our $145 budget. So total for the birthdays and holidays, we had budgeted $600. We came under budget at $582 this year. So that was good. We saved about $12 that we did not have to, that we could put towards our savings goals because we were a little bit short in these areas. And then in our holiday section, actually, I should explain to you guys. So we kind of designated, I said we would do about 600, so we put $75 a month into our birthdays and holidays section. So it's a total of $900 a year that goes towards birthdays and holidays. And then I just kind of designated how much we wanted to spend per person. So we said about $145 for our parents. We put $55 into random giving. My husband and I each got $150 for our birthdays, and our little boys got $50 each this year. And this probably will change a little bit based off of this 2019 spending for how we set it up for 2020. And then for our 2019 holidays, we put $10 into a Valentine's Day budget. And this is just where I'm getting little gifts for the kids. So I think actually it looks like I got some stuff on clearance this year, or last year, that we'll use this year for $6.36. And then I think I got the boys like little Playdate mailbox from Walmart for $1 and some little candy hearts. And I think I put some like Valentines and little candy hearts inside of their little mailboxes. So they thought that was pretty cool to open up their little mailbox and get their little Valentine and their little chocolates. So we only spend about $10 on Valentine's. And my husband and I, if we do gifts for Valentine's, we take it out of our own personal funds. And then Easter, you guys, this is where I did a ton of the spending because I got so much Easter clearance at Target when it was just super on sale. So I do this every year for Easter. I just go and shop all of the sales, and so I buy the next year's Easter basket like the days after Easter. And so I already have my kids' Easter baskets all ready to go for 2020 because I just bought everything on sale the year before. So I got some stickers, some card sets, some bunny ears, glasses. I got some little Band-Aids for the spring, just random things like that I thought would be really fun in my kids' Easter baskets. We have I think, bubbles. It's things like bubbles and kites and just sorts of fun spring things. And I spent $30.52. So I went a little bit over budget, but that was okay because I overall have stayed under for birthdays and holidays. And then Mother's Day, we've only budgeted $20. And so I probably will see if I can bump up our Mother's Day and Father's Day amounts. Because $20, that's like $5 per. So there's my mom, my husband's mom, my stepmother-in-law, and me. So those are all the people that we need to buy stuff for Mother's Day. And same thing for Father's Day. My husband ended up getting his dad something for Father's Day, and I ended up getting my dad something out of my own money. But I think that will be something that I'll take into account. I just remember thinking this in 2019 that just $20 for that many people is not that much. Like, that's pretty much like a nice card, right? You can't really do too much with about $5 per person. 4th of July account, this might be where I will borrow a little bit of that money because 4th of July, this year we spent the majority of our budget on food, on groceries, and then I got a few fireworks. We had some fireworks left over from a previous year. I have a brother-in-law that sells fireworks, and so he's able to get them to us at a discount. So we had some leftover fireworks. And then I just bought a few from a stand, like the little ones for the kids, like some that the kids would like. So we had some big ones left over from a previous year. Then I just bought some littler fireworks. And our Halloween account, we designated $90. And the majority of that went to our little boys' costumes. So good, about $50 actually of that went to the boys' costumes. And then I always need to remember that Halloween's always a fun one because we go to the pumpkin farm, the pumpkin patch, and we do all the fun little activities there. So Halloween gets a little bit more money because we always do like a fun pumpkin patch and get a pumpkin. We need the costumes. There's also the candy, which I didn't use this year, but generally I like to have enough money in here to buy candy, but this year I just took it out of the grocery account. And then there's a place called Gardner Village where it's just a fun place to go and see a bunch of decorations and cute little witches and stuff, and it was $5 to park. Thanksgiving, we had $25 in this account, and I allotted $25 for food, but I actually ended up using, I was able to get the food that we needed for what we were making out of our regular grocery budget. I didn't have to spend extra this year just on dedicated Thanksgiving food. And then New Year's Eve, I put about $5 in there if we wanted to get a little sort of, I don't even know, noisemaker or something like that. And the only thing that I got from New Year's Eve was in the year before, in 2018, I bought 18 cents worth of necklaces on clearance that had New Year's written all over them. So, yeah, and we only spent 18 cents for New Year's Eve. So in this section, we had budgeted $300 for our holidays, but we only ended up spending $263.89. So this kind of tells me a lot of things. It tells me that I probably don't need to budget so much for Thanksgiving. I might still have some in there, but I probably don't need to dedicate that much money for Thanksgiving, but I do want to put more into Mother's Day and Father's Day, and just a few little tips and tricks like that. So this is kind of how I look at the budget when I'm getting ready to make my 2020 birthdays and holidays budget. I will use all of this information moving forward. But this is kind of a nice way to set up your budget so that you're being mindful about how much money you want to spend per event that you have coming up. So you know, the birthday section, you just think about all the people that you need to buy birthday for, and then the holidays, you just think about all of the holidays that you're celebrating. And once you have that figured out, you can kind of start going through then and designating an amount that you want to spend per event, like how much you think you would need for each event. And then once you have that, you add up all of those amounts, and then you just divide it by 12, and that's how much you need to set aside each month for all of your birthdays and holidays. And for me, I might have initially said different amounts, but once I realized, you know, I need about $600 for birthdays, $300 for holidays. So once I kind of came to a round number, like $900, that's how I figured out that I wanted, you know, I would put aside $75 each month. And originally, I think I made it so that I had $1,200 in here. Like I had a $1,200 budget so that I would put $100 each month for birthdays and holidays. But that was just too much. It was just excessive. We just didn't need that much money in there. So it was nicer when we went down to the $75 amount, and I think we could even honestly make cuts from there, but like this is a little, I think $150 for my husband and I for each of our birthdays is a little bit excessive, but at the same time, we don't have that many experiences where we kind of splurge on ourselves, so you know, it's just kind of figuring out where we can spend and how much we want to spend, and kind of figuring out what we want to do for our lives. But so far, this is a system that works for us, and I'll make some minor tweaks in my 2020 budget. But this is the 2019 recap, and look for that 2020 birthday and holiday setup coming at you guys here in the next little bit. But I hope this is helpful for you. If you are new here, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you as a part of my YouTube family. And if you've been here a while, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you and all of your sweet comments and kind words. And I just really enjoy making these videos and being a part of this budgeting community. So I hope you're doing well. Take care, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.